let's talk about like energy and people, because I think it's so important. And to me, like, I mean, I look at you as one of the master networkers, and not just that, I mean, being able to connect on a stage with your audience is a whole nother kettle of fish. Like, it's developing that rapport with people who you've never met, and then keep making like that staying power that it takes to command attention on stage, to keep that attention and then let them remember you after. I think you are definitely a master of this and still are, and I can't wait to get you to Australia. But saying that, with people, and let's talk about maintaining good people in your life. And I think this is really important because it affects everything in your life. So negative energy and all of that, how do you maintain good people in your life, good quality connections? And what do you look for when you're doing business with people as an entrepreneur or connecting with people?
Yeah, there's multiple things, right? People want to feel seen, people want to feel heard, and people want to feel significant. So when you can do that, right, be intentional about making sure to call someone out, to say their name, to use their name specifically, right, Justine? We got to use the name.
Very important, Glenn.
Specifically. Then people are like, oh, he sees me. And that's great, right? And then when you can give them an opportunity to speak by asking questions, right? Instead of being the most interesting person in the room, you can be the most interested person. When you ask questions, then people get a chance to speak. So now people feel seen, you say their name, and then they feel heard because you give them a microphone, a platform, or an opportunity, which we do with my show. We bring people in for interviews, or if I have events, we bring people in for speaking. Obviously, Breakfast with Champions, everybody gets a seat at the table. We open the mic. And then significant. Now, significance is, in a lot of ways, it's a result. When people feel seen and heard, they feel significant in your life. But there's intention behind that as well. As significance is something that is built over time. So I can make you feel seen and heard in a moment, but how do I make you feel significant? That requires a little more effort and energy. So I do that by sending out encouraging messages to people randomly in my phone. Just, hey, was thinking about you, think you're awesome. And it doesn't matter whether it's a business partner or a client or just somebody in my life. Everybody wants to feel seen, heard, and significant. And so I send out 5 encouraging messages every day. And it's just randomly in my phone. Boom, I'm sending you a message. Hey, Justine, thanks for letting me having me on the podcast. I really appreciate it, right? Or hey, whatever. And so I do 5 of those a day. You do 5 of those a day times 365 days a year. You're looking at what is that? 730, 1460 plus 360, 375, 17, 1,825 messages.
Amazing.
That's 1,825 people that you are breathing life into every single year, right?
Unbelievable.
And it's easy and it doesn't take a lot of time, but people really feel that significance that you took the time to do that. And then I guess the last thing I would say is when I'm in the car, if I'm traveling, so on and so forth, I use that time. I like to invest that time into making phone calls with people that I normally only talk about business with. So if you and I were business partners and all we ever talk about is business, I might be in the car and I'll just call you and be like, hey, Justine, what's up? And then you're like, hey, what's up? I'm like, nothing. And you're like, what do you mean nothing? And you're like, oh, nothing. I didn't call you for any reason other than I was thinking about you and I just wanted to give you a call and just say hi. And people are like, wow, well, that's amazing. You sure you don't need anything? Like, no, don't need nothing. Don't want nothing. Like, just saying hello. And of course you keep those calls short, right? Because you don't want to waste people's time or anything like that. So you make it a 3 to 5 minute phone call and you can do 20 of those on a, hour-long trip, right? And those are the types of things, just little small incremental intentional things that people feel seen, heard, and significant. It really goes a long way.